Hello and welcome back to Sigh of the Abyss. Last time we spent some time with Malak, got to know more about him, but not too much about the rest, I think. Well, days fly by, as it says here. Let's see what this new day brings. Silas's loud yawn wakes you up. Good morning. Ah, you're awake. I need some water. I'm parched. She rolls from the mattress to the floor. And I need to get us breakfast. I have to admit that the mist taking care of that was nice. Do you think we should try to send her a message, see if our worries are unfounded? Sounds like a plan. After you refresh yourself and have a simple breakfast, courtesy of Silas, you head for the heart of the city across the canal. Crap, I almost forgot. You know your way, right? I need to do something for a couple of hours. I can handle myself. That's what I want to hear. I'll meet you at the temple. See you later. Silas waves at you and heads back. What does she usually do while you offer your services to the temple? I should ask her. While you're not familiar with the city like Silas is, you now know your way around it, and that makes you quite proud. It's something. There's music coming from a square. A deep voice sings about the sorrow of a siren, accompanied by strings. You round the corner to see Alphion sitting at the foot of a statue and Atri resting her back against it. Wave at them, approach them, or keep walking. Let's approach them. Why not? Alphion sings the last words of the verse and plucks the strings of his lute to end the song. Good morning. Where's my applause? Clap a couple of times or look at Aichi. How about both? Now let's not be rude. I'm going to clap. Thank you, thank you. Aichi shakes her head. What are you two doing here? I'm brightening the spot, seeing if anybody feels generous enough to toss me a coin or two. And Aitri's here to catch up. I can only endure him in small doses. You heard me. 3 envoys, and you couldn't be more different from each other. What's with that look on your face? You touch your forehead, where Aichi marked you with her blood. Aichi, what did you do to me? I offered you a bond of blood. I thought we had talked about it. When you offer something, the other party can refuse. Thank you. That's what I was talking about last time. I wanted to make an informed decision. She did the same thing to me, by the way, and without a warning. It was dreadful. Atri ignores him. Our bond will let me know if you're ever in danger. Think of me intensely enough, and I will come to your aid. Okay, that's handy. It sounds like a useful boon. It doesn't sit right with you. She should have asked. She should have asked indeed, but I'm gonna go with useful. Thank you. She bends an arm in front of her body and the other behind her back. Her military salute is curt yet precise. By the way, it's the first time I've seen you by your lonesome. Silas had something coming up, and Mirane, she was taken to the halls. Taken? By force? By the warden. They exist?
I always thought that was a fable to keep mages away from people.
Morani understood what you were in a way unmatched by Silas. Would Alfion and Achi understand even more? They went through the same ordeals you are experiencing. Can I ask you something? Of course. Ooh, what does it mean to be an envoy? What does the Abyss want from you? Achi, what happens if I deny one of the voices that guide me? Again, I want to ask everything. Oh, no, wait, that was this one. It's sometimes hard to see when there's no picture in the save slot. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna go with this one. Aichi, what happens if I deny one of the voices that guide me? You briefly explain the situation to her, Anelia's pride in her life and her mother's opposing desires. Entertain the grudges of the dead, and they will offer themselves to you. Deny them, and they will return to the Abyss.
That sounds easy enough.
Alfion nods. He did tell you as much when you visited him at the Rose. I refused some of them, released them into the embrace of the Abyss. I could not abide to their wishes, for I found them repulsive.
Whatever you do, make sure you do not regret it.
Oh, okay, we can ask other things. Thank you. Okay, what does it mean to be an envoy? It means that we sense it. Utter despair, elation and joy, pain and love. When you threw yourself into the fire, I could sense the fear of that boy, too sickly to stand. As his lungs filled with smoke and despair, his cries resonated with the Abyss. With me. He would not have made it if not for her.
She likes to play hero.
And you make it your mission to avoid any sort of responsibilities.
Perish the thought.
One more thing. What does the Abyss want from you? Alfion's smile turns faint. It wanted me to repel the Thayans, and I did. Now it wants me to snap Alfion out of his minstrel act.
Which is not going to happen.
His eyes beg you to change the topic. Achi and Alfion do not talk in the riddles of the Abyss and aren't nearly as cryptic as the whispers that are supposed to guide you. You decide to talk with them a bit more before parting ways. Okay, so basically they're saying that the whispers, so they're guiding us, but we can choose if we really want to do what they say or not. It's our choice, and we just have to live with the consequences, I suppose. Weird. Finding the pawn shop is easier than you thought. When you peer through the windows, you're surprised to see you're not the only customer today. An elderly man, made minute by age, is hunched over his walking crane in front of the counter.
Truly, you do not jest?
I do not.
Here it is.
Malak slides a doily on the counter, and the elderly man clutches it with tears in his eyes.
May the ladies bless you.
You make way for him, and he gives you a smile of pure joy.
Levera, good morning.
I'm curious about that man. Why was he crying, or greet him? Okay, let's be a little curious. While the shop was closed, the interest rate kept rising, and it didn't sit right with me. Meaning?
I scrapped it. I hope you won't tell too many people.
Silas was right. He is not suited for being in the loan business. He begins sorting the coins left on the counter.
Can I do anything for you?
Say I were to purchase something to have it delivered to the halls, would you be able to pass on a short message as well?
Certainly, but if you want to be sure it'll reach your friend, it should be in writing. I'd recommend a bottle for that. I believe I have some made of very dark glass that should conceal the message within.
Interesting. It's a great suggestion. You're very resourceful. And you so happen to have one lying around. Is it truly that easy? It's a great suggestion.
I wish I could take credit for the idea, but alas, I decided to do some reading in the morning and found an old play called Message in a Bottle. Quite auspicious, don't you think?
He opens a drawer and shows you a small selection of miniature bottles cut like jewels. You can barely afford one.
Don't worry about the prices. Slash them in half.
Are you sure? One of the bottles catches your eye. It's made of a smoky dark blue glass that reminds you of Marine's dress. The tiniest scroll fits in there, one that can't hold many words. Silas and I hope you are well. You know where to find us, is what you dictate to him. His handwriting is neat and incredibly precise. If only the letters you read were that clear.
I'll deliver this right after I close the shop.
I am beyond grateful, thank you. Yeah, let's do a little more.
We've already shot him down before.
I am beyond grateful.
That does mean I won't be able to study the records this evening.
I understand.
And with that taken care of, you head for the Temple of Dawn.
Time to work. Marine's answer arrives the following morning as a scented envelope under your front door. Interesting. What the... Silas picks it up and smells it. This comes from the miss. Same perfume. The blue wax seal is imprinted with an ornate M. It says, "My dear friend," and Silas too. Wow. Marine's script is elegant and flowery. I must commend you on your wits and apologize for my short-sightedness. What does that mean? My actions set a precedent that could have disastrous consequences for Carolisi. The freedom that I had begun to take for granted has been stripped away from me. I must earn it back. So that does mean that the halls have a gaol of their own. May the shadows rend my chains asunder. The rest is for your eyes only. May I thread my fingers in your hair once more. Oh. I don't suppose you can tell her tone from her handwriting or something? You cock an eyebrow. No? Huh. Forget I said anything. She is fine truly, or it reads to me as if she's trying to reassure us. I would say the second one. Maybe I'm too negative. I mean, basically I'm just waiting for the other shoe to drop, you know? That plot of her being taken away, that's not for nothing. All the whispers we heard before of her freedom being a thing that we should achieve. I don't know. I think she's trying to reassure us. Yeah, she doesn't strike me as someone who'd admit she's in trouble. I do miss her breakfast. Speaking of which, I'll be right back. She returns after a handful of minutes with some black bread and almonds. Silas? Yes? What is it that you do when I'm gone? I've been trying to get a cat.
Ah, yes, I think you mentioned it.
I don't know how long we'll be staying here, but I'm getting ready for the fall season. I hate mice.
I don't imagine you can grab a cat and bring it home like that. She shows you a scratch on her wrist.
I tried, and some sailors laughed at me. The cat needs to choose you, they said, so I've been roaming around the harbor trying to get to know the felines.
That's your day job? Okay.
There's work to be found there as well. They always need help with unloading the vessels.
Okay, that's more like it. How do you like the job? You have never brought me to the harbor. You're keeping yourself busy. You should get the scratch seen by someone. Just a scratch. I mean, okay. Without like tetanus vaccination, that's an issue, but so is everything in here. How do you like the job?
It's harder than making sure you stay alive.
The only thing I don't like about the harbor is how many creepy stories they like sharing. She clears her throat and makes her voice deeper. Don't go near the island on the 3rd of the month, or you should get a pig and rooster tattooed on your feet in case you ever fall into the water. Or my favorite, if you ever catch a glimpse of a siren, blind yourself with salt and twist your earlobe 3 times. Those are some colorful superstitions.
They're all creepy. Why can't they believe in something nice? Some are saying that they all have the same dream night after night and they wake up crying. I bet they're saying it to scare me off.
Are there teeth in their dreams and a strange creature with a crown?
How do you know? Don't tell me it's real.
A sailor told me about it as well in the temple, or it's not, I think.
Oh, what do you mean, real?
Dreaming about teeth isn't so uncommon, apparently. I've never had a teeth dream. But sure, a sailor told me about it as well in the temple. He wanted me to transcribe the dream.
And do what with it?
He sent it to the Lady of Dreams in LaMarina. Silas frowns.
I didn't know she was still around.
You know of her?
It's an old scheme that comes and goes. That sailor will soon come to you with a message that asks for money.
Who's behind it, or you seem to know much about it? You seem to know much about it.
Not really. I just know the gist. Comes with the, company.
She takes the empty basket from the table.
I need to return this. Shall we go?
Should I have asked who's behind it, or would she not have known anyway?
Later that day, someone familiar visits your table at the temple. Your neighbor, the one who recently experienced a loss.
Pretend you don't recognize her or give her your condolences. Let's be upfront.
Good morning. I'm sorry about... Your cousin, was it?
She seems surprised.
I know you. You go every morning to the same fountain with the one that looks up to no good.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
What can I help you with?
I need to tell his wife that he's with us no more. He was sick, you see. Came to Karalisi to take it easy and heal, but he never did. It got worse by the day.
Her message is brief, and her eyes swell with tears as she dictates it to you.
May the Prime bless you. Thank you.
After she is gone, Brother Mattia comes to your table.
Another funerary notice for the countryside.
The 2nd of today.
The certain death so close to the solstice is a terrible omen. Could you do me a favor, Livera?
Sure, or it depends. I mean, honestly, it does depend.
But I mean, what can he ask of us, so...
Sure.
Could you record on the side how many funerary notices you write a day?
It shall be done. Okay, that's easy enough.
Thank you. Could you also note where the deceased came from?
You think back to your neighbor and all the people before her who had to inform their loved ones of their loss. Now that I think about it, all the funerary notices of today were about peasants. I addressed them to their spouses or children. They were from the countryside, but died here in the city.
I don't imagine you were told how they died.
The lady that just left lives a street over. I saw her wash linen stained with copious amounts of blood.
Could it be a disease?
That is what my friend believes, or hard to say? What do you mean, hard to say? It's kind of obviously a disease. What else would it be? Like, it's not murder. Or do you think it might be like poisoning? Either way, that is what my friend believes. If it is, it's not contagious. It's not a contagious one, or the symptoms take a very long time to show. Brother Mattia traces Dawn's sunburst in the air.
I will inform the archivists of Dusk about it.
He takes a few steps, then turns back to you.
Thank you again. You bless us with your service.
Well, we have to do something. Bells toll all over the city, marking the end of the day. What should you do with your evening? Oh, okay, that's new. You can preview how you'll spend time with Silas or Malak before whatever. Okay, those are our two options right now. Good questions. I still have to learn more about both of them. With Malak, I wasn't so sure in the beginning because the first reaction of his when he saw us was to flirt, and like the flirty kind is not usually my type. And I do like Scylla, so yeah, let's go with her. I mean, she's our roommate as well. Let's learn more about her. It's not too late to teach Silas how to write. Oh, okay, so we can already see what we'll do. Okay, and this one is Almonds, Dust and Pages. We decide to help Malak sift through the records in the archives. Which might also help us with the with like our mission thing, but then again we don't know if we want to do that. And I think it's more of a Malak choice than anything, so let's try with Silas. Silas is waiting for you outside the temple with a bundle in her arms. Look what I got here. She excitedly unwraps the cloth ribbon. You smell what's wrapped inside before you see it. It's a thick slice of cheese with embedded seeds. It's worth more than a day's salary. Her excitement is endearing, or that's a lot of excitement for some cheese. I mean, you can get excited about food, that's fine, it's cute. Let's go home and try it. That's what I wanted to hear. Wait, we're not supposed to help the guy at the Hand of Piety? He knows the archives better than I do, and probably works faster without me. Fair enough. The streets are quiet at this time, and the sound of cookware and slurping pours out of the open windows. Did you hear anything more about the strange dream of the sailors? Not today. But our neighbor paid me a visit. The one with the dead cousin? She called you up to no good. She wanted to inform the rest of the family of his passing. Well, let's be honest. She called you up to no good. What a great judge of character. Once you are finally home, you barely have time to close the door before Silas is unwrapping the cheese and slicing it. They do know how to make it up north. Have some. Take half a slice. Don't worry about me, enjoy it. Take one of the slices. Are you sure? Yeah, of course we're going to eat some. A half a slice or one of the slices. I don't know why it's this kind of option, like... But sure. Why would I take just half a slice? Just take one. Its sharpness is only enhanced by what you think are fennel seeds. It would be great on bread, but I was too late in getting any. Is this even enough as dinner for one person? You eat the rest. You don't like it? I already ate something back at the temple. Silas accepts your insistence with a smile. The abyss wants you to bring forth the darkest hour and decry the fourth sun, but would the people of Carolisi even care when they struggle to fill their bellies? The meal is quick, but by the time Silas is done, darkness has taken over everything but the sky. She takes the tinderbox out of her vest and lights the candles. It's the first time we've eaten at home, isn't it? I'm not used to being here so early. What do people do before going to bed? You cock an eyebrow. In a house, I mean. It's too dark to do anything. We have candles. They give enough light if we stay close. I wish I had something to write with. I could teach you how to sign your name. With some chalk work. She searches the pockets of her vest with a focused frown until she finds a small, pebble-sized piece of chalk. Why do you have that on your person? Oh, that's perfect. Why do you have that on your person? Oh, you know, it's handy to mark things. Things. It's never good when she's so vague, and it seems that's all she wants to tell you about it. It's nothing too bad, I promise. You don't have anything to write on, but it should be easy enough to wipe the table clean. So, how do you write my name? Starting with the name is actually weird. I mean, if by the spelling you know, by the pronunciation, you know there's only one spelling of it, fine. But you know, names have no fixed spelling. But sure, it makes sense to start with that. Produce an elegant script or make the letters distinct and recognizable. For a beginner, the second is better. You decide to use the ridges of the table as lines and produce a handwriting that is simple and, you hope, easy to replicate. And this says Silas? Every sound of your name corresponds to a letter. You place your finger next to the initial and slide along as you spell out her name. S-Y-L-A-S. I think I can write this. You give her the chalk and watch as she studies the letters. Her first attempt is surprisingly accurate. Not bad, huh? Granted, if you ask me to write in 10 minutes, I'll have forgotten it already. Repetition is the key here. She tries again until she is satisfied, and to your surprise, it doesn't take many tries. You're a natural at this. She tries to shake her blushing away. I'm just good at copying symbols. Thank you, by the way. For what? She smiles, but there is no mirth in her eyes. You don't make me feel stupid. Because you are not, or any time. Because you are not, you just have different smarts. Oh, the miss would disagree, but she's not here. A lovely smile blooms on her face, framed by flushed cheeks. Can you teach me how to write your name too? She practices with you until the chalk pebble becomes too small to wield. I need to keep some in case of need. She looks with pride at the table covered in scribbles. It feels like a shame to erase my hard work. We can do this again another day, or we need the table in the morning. I can do this again another day. I'd like that. She writes her name one last time. Don't tell anyone I can do this, by the way. Who would I even tell, or why not? I have an approximate guess as to why, but I want to hear it from her. In my line of work, the less you know, the better. Yeah. You frown. Trust me on that. If you say so, or your line of work. Let's poke a little more. Your line of work? It applies to this kind of question too. She crosses her fingers in front of her mouth. I can't say more. You have a way to make her talk, your abyssal power of compulsion, but you're afraid she'd know you used it. One day she'll tell you, you hope. For a moment I thought they would give us a choice. I would not have used it, because that's a breaching of trust that we don't want with our allies. But would have been interesting to have the option. What do you say? Time to hit the hay? You both retire for the night. Hey, are you tired? Not yet. Me neither. I never am when I have fun. A big yawn comes from her direction. You were saying? Good night, Silas. Night. Okay. An interesting day. Morning comes, and as you're talking with Silas over breakfast, a thought crosses your mind. Malak must have spent several hours going through the records yesterday. Do you think you found something about the heirloom? Possibly. Want to pay him a visit? Sure, let's go. As you take the bridge that connects the eastern hold with the heart, someone waves to you, the neighbor who came to the temple. Wave back or smile at her. She waves at me, then we're going to wave back. Who are you waving to? Wait, that lady. Silas blows her a raspberry, getting a hearty laugh back. You can barely recognize the hand of piety. The floral design previously carved into the dust-caked window is gone. The glass is now sparkling clean. I'm surprised the guy isn't sick of us yet. When you enter, the candles are lit, but there's no sign of Malak. Again. Hello? Malak? He emerges from the drape behind the counter with a bashful smile. With his freshly pressed doublet, he now looks like a proper Carolisian merchant. Yeah, fancy. My apologies, I just received this and I was making sure it'd fit. It suits you. You're safe from the whip's complaints now. You don't seem to like it. I don't know, I think it suits him. But let's prod. You don't seem to like it. Going from a robe to that is bound to make him feel squeezed. Aptly put. I don't imagine you found anything about the heirloom we were looking for. I did. Look. He takes a thin logbook from a drawer. One of the pages describes a cameo with an ornate border of pure gold, fashioned in the shapes of vines and wheat. That's it. What is it? A necklace? A ring? A brooch. It should be here somewhere. You describe it to Silas. Are you ready to turn the shop upside down? You focus your search on boxes of tiny items, jeweled pins and the like, but you can't seem to find it. You decide to take a break as the day's first customer walks in, a noble woman in a striking violet dress. That is a striking color.
Lady Medea, good morning.
A fine morning to you too. When she speaks, she does so with ease, yet you hear a slight accent. Where could she be from? I don't imagine you found what I was looking for.
I had to clean several inches of dust off of it, but yes.
Malak produces an exquisite box from the counter, inlaid with lustrous mother of pearl and with a strange metal contraption on the side. Does it still work? The metal bit at the side is a lever. When Malak rotates it, tiny bells ring from inside the box, producing a melody. A music box, okay.
I am unfamiliar with the song, but...
It's exactly as I remember it. Delighted, the noblewoman collects the music box and cradles it tenderly in her hands. This will make a wonderful gift for father. I hope it will remind him of her as much as it does for me. Her? My mother. She... Grief washes away her smile to replace it with somberness. Lady Medea exchanges the curio for a small ingot, a foreign currency you think, and floats out of the shop, her smile restored at the thought of gifting such a precious memory to her father. Silas asks Malak if he has more of those wondrous boxes, and your search is brightened by their bell-like tunes. Hours pass, and joyous chatter turns into a chorus of sighs and yawns. Over here! When Silas cries out, you expect her to sound elated. You rush to her side, eager to see the pin in her hand. Instead, you find her frowning with a wooden box in her grip. The engraving of House Castledon on the lid has been stripped of its gold. Was it hidden in a box all this time? It's empty. You have spent hours sorting through various bits and bobs for nothing. Hey, Malak, have any unsavory individuals visited your shop?
That's a rather broad description.
Oh, I can be specific. Have you seen a woman with a golden tooth and a scar over her right eye? She begins describing people, and Malak shakes his head at each one of them. There's this pretty girl who can't see well and always carries 3 or 4 pairs of spectacles on her.
Ah, I believe I saw her. She put on a pair to examine the butterflies on display, but wore another one to look at the paintings, and even had a 3rd pair to examine the masks. Silas groans loudly. I know where to go. Go where?
That's for me and Livera to know. She takes her arm, ready to pull you away. Thank you again, Malak. And drag you away she does. I mean, she takes action. You know something I don't, do tell. I'd appreciate an explanation. Out with it. Or let her speak first. Sure, let her speak first. She crosses her arms and sighs. I'm your bodyguard. I'm supposed to keep you safe. But if I told you that I know who stole the pin from under Malak's nose, I'd say that I want to meet them. Figures. She's a goldsmith. Once she gets her hands on something, she can replicate it.
Why replicate that pin in particular?
You know how many lost heirlooms of a fallen house you can sell to foreigners?
Fair point. Do you know where to find her?
Silas? I just don't want to get in trouble. It could have... She bites her lips and her scar stretches. Nasty consequences. For me. She sighs again. It's going to sound strange, but I have some rules I need to follow. 3 in total, and by taking you to her and stealing back the brooch, I'd break 2. You don't need to take me to her. It could all be a wonderful coincidence, meeting her just as I need her. She doesn't seem to find your jest amusing. She is dangerous, and if you angered her, I couldn't step in to do my job. I can handle myself. She's still not fully convinced. I'm not sure about the details. All I know is that she can be found in LaMarina. The boats that bring gemstones from the mountains stop there. LaMarina, built around the estuary of the Valls, LaMarina used to be the biggest village in the area before the river was diverted to found Carolisi. Now it's but an extension of the city, used as dockyard and to receive ore and lumber from the mountains. Okay. How far is it from here? Several hours by foot. We might as well start walking. Have you decided what you'll do with the pin if you get your hands on it? Malak is the rightful owner. It belongs to Emilia. I'll give it to her, or I'm not sure. I am not sure. I mean, at this point, Malak is the rightful owner. And knowing him, like what we've learned so far about him, he might even be convinced to give it back to Emilia for at least like a low price. I'm not sure. Can I just be unsure for now? Also, Emilia, what was it? Like she seemed pretty okay with her situation now. Oh, this is tricky. I guess Malak is the rightful owner. In theory, yes. In practice, too. She shrugs in disagreement. Silas guides you from alley to square. Eventually, you reach the twin bridges. A big cart pulled by an ox is parked at the side, filled with corpses. Lovely. I also just had a thought, if she can make a copy, can we just give the original to Emilia and a copy to Malak to sell off? Maybe? Their bloated green faces look at you with empty eyes drying in the sunlight. Shadows are nestled in the viscid nooks and crannies of their bodies, and they spill out from the cart to prostrate themselves to you. Dusk be with them. Two priests are leaning over the railing with a large hooked pole and masks to help them against the stench of death. There are more corpses in the water being fished out like sick prizes from the glittering waters. Don't look at them. Silas pulls you away and you force yourself to walk. The cart is out of sight, but the image of all those rotting faces has been burnt in your memory. Yeah, of course they have. Jeez. Does it happen often? What? People drowning or the priests cleaning the canals? The drownings or the canal maintenance? The drownings? Often enough that you should never drink from the canals, only from the wells. What is going to happen to the bodies? Those all look like vagrants. They'll probably be given a funeral on the way before being buried. Silas is used to death. The sight of all those corpses does not shock her, only makes her feel pity. Lady of Dusk, from your seat in the heavens, watch over their souls as they travel to you. Repeat the prayer, or the Lady of Dusk was not with them. So negative. I also don't know. Like, we had the situation before where Silas made the sign in the temple, and we had a choice to repeat it or not. And I saw that as just a gesture towards Silas. It might be here as well, but I'm wondering if it's also us. Like, are we pledging ourselves to a deity then, and this goes against the abyss, something like that? Or am I thinking too much. I don't want to be so negative, so I'm repeating the prayer. It's probably Scylla's choice. Lady of Dusk, from your seat in the heavens, watch over their souls as they travel to you. Once you cross the twin bridges, the eastern hold opens itself to you. The sun shines brightly in the sky, reaching even you with its warmth. Aren't you baking a life in that cloak? Not really, or should I? Should I? I know I would. As you cross the eastmost gate, one of the guards stops you.
Miss?
He's addressing you. Yes. He nods towards Silas.
She's not bothering you, is she?
Obviously not. Why would you ask something like that? She isn't. You are. Or shake your head. I mean, we know why you would ask something like that. Obviously not. I'm her bodyguard.
You're a bit scrawny for that.
Silas glares at him, but does not say anything.
You can pass.
Thank you. Once you're out of earshot, Silas makes a vulgar gesture to the guard's back. At least you stuck out for me. Thank you. Anytime, or smile at her. Anytime. The cobblestone path soon becomes dirt and splits into a fork. To the Forester's Hide, to LaMarina. The Forester's Hide. When the summer heat becomes unbearable, nobles find refuge in the villas built on the outskirts of this evergreen forest. That sounds lovely. Peasants are forbidden entrance unless they are there to collect lumber, and even then they are not allowed to wade too far into the Sea of Trees. The Sea of Trees, okay. And LaMarina should be the same entry as before. Yes. Ask Silas about the hide, ask Silas about LaMarina. You don't have any questions. I have all the questions. Okay, let's ask about the hide. Is that the forest? Yep, only nobles are allowed to get in. They use it as hunting grounds. Well, no, normal people can also enter, but they need a permit. So, nobles are not normal people? She chuckles. I mean, you mostly meet wagons on the road, loaded with ore and timber. What can you tell me about the woman we're looking for? She goes by many names, and I have no idea how she keeps track of all of them. I know her as Renza. She wears spectacles and keeps losing them, so she has several pairs on her. Didn't you say she's a goldsmith? Shouldn't she wear the uniform? Only the owner of a shop has to. She used to work for a couple of them. Then I think they caught her stealing and banned her. Not before teaching her how to do the job. It should be easy to find her. Doesn't she require a forge? The smell of brine Sightseer, visit the coastal village of LaMarina is our achievement. That was unexpected, but makes sense. The smell of brine mixes with that of animal oil and acre metal. LaMarina reminds you of the noisy buildings that spill out of the city walls, used as workshops for undesirable jobs like butchering and candle making. In the distance, you see the skeleton of a ship being built. I hate this place. I always get sand in my shoes. A priest dressed in the darker red of the Lady of Dusk approaches you.
Could it be? Silas, what are you doing here?
He bears a scar on his slip, just like Silas herself. Bodyguarding.
I see. May the Lady of Dusk smile upon you.
He bows to you and walks off. A friend of yours? No, he is not my friend. Didn't you describe him to Malak earlier today? Yep. Does he operate in your usual circles, or is he even a real priest? That's a good question. I'll ask that one. Of course not. Never liked him because of that. Why didn't you ask him about Renza? I don't want him to get suspicious. She looks around. This looks like as good a place as any to start looking for her. Peek through workshops and houses or ask around if anyone has seen a bespectacled woman. No, I think we're going to take a page out of Scylla's book and not raise any suspicions by randomly asking around. Let's just begin. Let's look around. A ferocious heat leaves the doors of the many forges. Nearby, the rhythmic sound of a scalpel on stone marks a stonecutter's job. Spectacles are exceedingly rare, and you only see a few people wearing them. None are your quarry. Now that I think about it, I don't think they deal with gold where they work other metals. You smelt nuggets of gold, right? You need a massive forge for that. So it was all for naught? Not really. Let's look inside the houses. And have the guards called on us? Well, we need to be subtle. It's easier said than done, obviously. Closed blinds protect the windows of many houses from the sun. Others have drawn curtains. Perhaps the shadows can help, or how many inns are there in LaMarina? Interesting. I was wondering earlier that we didn't have many chances yet to use our powers. Should we, or should we do it Silas's way? Tricky. I think I'm going to try the shadows. They are eager to please you. You give them a shape, give them commands, and when Silas isn't looking, they pull curtains aside to reveal simple rooms and kitchens. You are almost losing hope. Then the shadows pull a faded curtain to reveal a figure hunched over a table. The surface is covered by tools, and a pair of spectacles lie on top of a scrap of parchment. Another pair hangs from the woman's belt. Silas? You point at the woman, and Silas catches a glimpse of her before the curtains fall back to cover her. That's Renza. I'm afraid you're on your own for this. I'd rather not be seen by her. Great. I can't cross her, and I have the feeling I'd have to if I go talk with her. I understand. Renza's not dangerous when she's alone, but make sure she doesn't call for help. Silas shudders. That's not the sort of thing I like saying. She rounds the corner and leaves you alone by the front door. You knock and wait. There's a cry from the inside, and after several seconds, the door opens slightly. I was in the middle of something quite important, I'll tell you, and... The door opens fully, and Renza reveals her bejeweled self. Precious jaspers hang from her ears and neck, yet her eyes are captured by the brooch on your neck. Ladies be my witness, I apologize for my rudeness. You must be the goldsmith. Charmed to make your acquaintance, miss. How did you know where to find me? A friend gave me the address. And what amethysty business brings you here? She is still staring at your brooch, so enthralled by the gemstone in it that she seems satisfied by your vague answer. Okay, very zoned in. I'm in need of your expertise, or Renza, I need something of yours. I don't want to be so direct. So let's bluff. I don't know where this is going. Because, again, I usually like honesty. But I don't think we should be too rash with this. I understand. Come in. Okay. You close the door behind your back. Her house is simple, with a small hallway that opens into a workshop. Now that you are closer to a workbench, you can see several pieces of identical gemstones and a ring that matches her expensive-looking jewelry. Your necklace looks sublime. Is this where the magic happens, or do you deal exclusively with gemstones and gold? I guess that's a way to get to the point. Or should we compliment her first? Let's try to get on a good side. Thank you. I made everything myself. There's a ring as well, but I don't wear it while working. Your small talk forces her to play host instead of returning to the workbench. Among the various tools upon it, you spot a copper string of wheat and vines that turns shinier. It's been covered in foiling to imitate gold. So, what do you need? I am looking for a brooch with House Castledon's crest all around. Oh, we are getting to the point, okay. Renza takes a step back to conceal the table behind herself. Sounds lovely. I could probably make it for you if you had a better description. Some drawings would be nice too. You know she's lying, and now that she let you inside, you can drop the act. Already? That's not what I thought we would do, but okay. Enough, Renza. She flinches. That's not the name I give to misses like you. Where is the brooch? She holds her gaze for several moments. It changed hands yesterday. Who did you sell it to? I can't tell you for free. What's your price? Well, the brooch you have. Her smile turns ever so devious. A look at that pretty brooch of yours. Let her look at it or refuse. I don't know. I mean, we got it from LaMarina, didn't we? And that's the thing, just letting her look at it isn't an issue, but you know. But I guess to avoid trouble and to get closer to our goals, let her look at it. You unpin it from your jabot and hand it over. Her eyes glint as she turns it around in her hands. Will you look at this? It used to be a necklace, pure gold as well. The filing is almost invisible. How rare for an amethyst this big to be so clear. Does she recognize it? Like, there was the question of where LaMarina did get the stuff for Olivera from. She mumbles on to herself, drinking in every detail of the brooch. When she is done, she hands it back. Most exquisite. Okay, if that's all, then I'm glad I made that choice. Will you tell me now? I hope you understand that my clients pay for the originals and are guaranteed a certain anonymity. You frown. With that said, there aren't many noble families on the Isle of Fiorella. The Isle of Fiorella, a few miles away from Carolisi, the ancestral Isle of House Vanni, is famous for its vineyards and prized white wine. Aside from the eponymous village and the lighthouse, there is not much else on the isle, accessible by ferry or private boat. You have seen it, just off the coast of Carolisi, a small island with a village surrounded by vineyards. This is good enough. Silas will help you with the details, or her answer is too vague for your liking. if what she says is true and there's not many nobles on the isle, then I think it's good enough. We don't know if she'd even give us more if we prod, so I'm gonna get out of here. Thank you. You turn your back to her and walk to the entrance. You almost expect her to attack you, but it seems she's wise enough not to. You have the information you need, and enough finesse to not make an enemy out of Renza. Yay! That's a win in my book. We probably could have been more aggressive and then used our powers, I suppose, but why if it also works this way? Where could Silas be? You start walking around, searching for a mane of blonde hair. You spot her by a fountain. Oh, hey, how did it go? I know who she sold the brooch to. She already sold it? Does House Vanny ring any bells? They're the nobles that rule the isle. Not that important or rich as far as I know. I even heard something about them going into debt and having to work to keep their status. Do you think it'll be easy to take the brooch back from their villa? Did we actually get the name, or is it like really the only nobles there? Okay. Be easy to take the brooch back from their villa? No idea. I've never been there. I could help you with that, once you get out of this handy hole. Roads you have already seen seem to bring you to your destination faster. The sun dips below the horizon, and its pale twin glows over the waves of the sea. Instead of a sense of wonder at what each new step will bring, there is reflection. You feel like you did your best, or you could have handled yourself better. No, I'm satisfied. We can't take the gates at night, they're closed. The moonlight bathes Silas's face in ethereal light. We could go through the hole in the wall. You still remember that? It feels like ages ago. What did you think of me the first time you saw me, or I wonder if Marani is truly alright? Oh, once again I want to choose both. But it did make me think of Marani. And also Silas was probably scared of us the first time she saw us. I'm gonna go with Marani. What's got you thinking about her? You can see, in the distance, the roofless remains of the shack Silas burned down the night you awakened. I guess I miss her. I miss the breakfast she used to bring. Cakes, pastries. They don't make them in the Eastern Hold. She pulls the vines away from the hole in the wall, and you feel something twist inside you as you bow your head to enter the fissure. The handful of days that have passed have changed you. What's got you so silent? I'm thinking, or I'm a bit tired, that's all. I'm thinking. And that's never good. Okay, we don't even elaborate. But at least we were honest. You managed to reach the safe house without any accidents. A small blessing. You know what we need? Silas yawns. Sleeping gowns. We do. Yeah, I've noticed that in their icons they always seem to be naked when they go to sleep, which... whatever's most comfortable to you, but I think that'd be very cold. We could ask the seamstress. She takes out a tinder box. You, taking measurements and picking fabrics. As soon as you enter, she lights the lone candle on the windowsill. You can go through that for the both of us. The sleeping gown will be a bit too large for me, but I can live with that. You both decide to retire for the night. back here again.
Your power is source of awe, of fear. Unadulterated might that rivals that of the false sun. The false sun again. Duplicitous? Duplicitous as shadows thrive where light is the harshest. What does that mean? You receive no answer. Wow, enlightening. Really. Okay, with the end of another day, I think I'm going to leave it here for now. Interesting. Okay. Yes. So, we did get a bit further. And met some new people. Interesting. Really liking the designs, by the way. The Grenza from the description Silas gave us, I somehow imagined something completely different. But yeah, fun design. And even more places to visit also. Like, we're not just keeping within like the city centers and stuff. Yeah, fun. But yeah, I'm going to leave it here for today. As always, I'd appreciate if you'd let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye bye!